goalkeeper, but continue to run him across.
Lobjanitse's ball in, headed towards goal and in! The new Predator pounces for the first time! And the new Atlanta United era underway on the cusp of half-time! Emmanuel Latte-Lotte with a first goal in Major League Soccer.
Didn't take long to make a first impression, and I spoke to Brad Guzan throughout the week, and he said, this guy can jump for fun. Take a look at that, just skies above the rest of CF Montreal. Just absolutely perfect header. Glancing it to the far post, and what a way to make your home debut in front of these supporters. Right behind the goal, Emmanuel Latte-Lotte. Get used to this, Atlanta.
Angled ball in, punched inside, it's awkward, and Latte-Lotte has pounced again! A multitude of smiles for a multi-goal game for Atlanta United's multi-million-dollar man!
Comes off a quick throw here with Miranchuk just bringing this back to Hernandez, who plays the early ball. It's a streaking run from Almiron. He just tries to keep it alive, and it gets caught up in between the space with Petrasso and Sirois. You can see the run from Almiron just streaking in. He just tries to keep it alive, and it gets caught between the two and dropped to the last man on earth you want it to fall to in the box here. It's really clever movement here from Latte-Lotte. Just staying alive. Watch the footwork as it drops, and it's always going to be one man to beat him to the spot. Puts his second in MLS, throws up.
Latte-Lotte, Almiron, and now Edwin Mosquera! Wow! Just a glorious goal! And a stunning breakaway from the new-look Atlanta United on opening day!
At their best, Atlanta United are going to stretch you side to side, and that's exactly what happens here. It's a simple little layoff to find Almiron, and then Mosquera, one-on-one, does the rest. Has Campbell and just gets an inch onto that right foot. We've seen this in the past. Just an audacious effort to the back post, picks out that corner perfectly. No chance for Sirois. And looks to have wrapped up what might be a valuable 3 points.
A goal in the first half of any game this season, and the eye test. They've been dominant in the first halves of games. The second half is when they've kind of dipped a little bit. Here is Lennon on the ball, floating it to the back post. Immediate impact from Brooks Lennon, and just what Atlanta wants from their record-setting signing, Emmanuel Latte-Lotte.
Why do I say that? Almiron drops in. Where's Brooks Lennon? Look at the bottom of your screen. He's got to recognize that Almiron's going to drop that deep. I can play further up the field. Wonderful ball, but how about that first touch? And then delivery for Latte-Lotte to put the ball in the back of the net. Great recognition all over the field. Ball over the top from Almiron. Technique from Brooks Lennon. His 34th assist in the last 4 years, and the most expensive signing in MLS history. Says thank you very much. Third goal of the year. It's 1-0 Atlanta United.
Seems like since Muyumba's come off, he's dropped a little bit deeper. This is played down the line. Togashi, more of an attacking presence. He was the one that came off the bench for Muyumba. He wants to go quick on the throw-in. Lobjanitse to the end line. The cutback ball, and Emmanuel Latte-Lotte scores! The big-time signing for Atlanta United continues to score. 1-0.
Watch how quickly this goes off of him. They get the throw in, and immediately it's Lobjanitse shouting instruction and Togashi trusting. Now, Latte Lot still has a lot to do. When this gets to the end line, the momentum for everybody is taking them to the end line. Latte Lot stops. That reach, that extension, the lunge, it's all about just trying to guide it beyond Celentano. And that is an expert finish. Like this right here, that's much better.
Breaking lines and finding width for Lobjanidze. The cross, oh, it's an own goal! Alvas Powell puts it in! It's 2-2!
Shift from his right center back role to the center of the three. And now he's tasked with trying to watch where the ball's going. He still thinks Latte Lot is behind him. Latte Lot has moved off the back shoulder. Nobody is around Alvas Powell. He does not need to make that challenge, but that's what happens when you have a player playing out of position.
And of course, still have the likes of Augustine Ojeda available to try to provide some sort of spark in the attacking third late on in the game. Lobjanidze finding out Marone, and cleaned up by Miranchuk. 1-1 at the Benz.
This ball just could not find its way out of the box. Well done by Almiron there. His second touch just driving forward. It ends up taking a deflection there. Cleach finds the switch. Big white out to Lobjanidze. And how he splits the two defenders there. And that's just a miscue. But somehow, you see Lobjanidze eyeing it the entire time. It's a little dummy by Almiron. Latte Lot takes a heavy touch. I would like to think it's a little bit more Thiago Almada than it is so much my presence in the building.
Come on, don't sell yourself short like that.
But when he said that to us, I had to think again of what he was talking about.
Here's Lobjanidze. Trying to square it, and it's an own goal. It came off of Keaton Parks. But either way, 5 stripes right back into it.
And they're trying to rile everybody up. But Lobjanidze, now he's on the right-hand side. And he plays a ball in an asking position. You've got your entire back line, your entire defense. Keaton Parks sprinting, looking over his shoulder. He knows if I need to play this ball out, is there someone behind me if I don't touch it?
Ronnie Deila motioning towards Matt Edwards, saying, give him the ball. And the former Tar Heel is on his way. Peels it back. Silva stutters. Now clips it in. It's a good ball. And we're all level. Welcome back, Miguel Almiron.
Really good play on this left-hand side. Edwards with a little bit of a chop move, and then you see Silva. He's trying to find his moment. For a second there, I'm thinking he's made the wrong choice. He spun it back around away from goal, but instead he gets his hips around it. He serves it on top of the 6, and it looks like it's going to be Latte Lot again. But instead, Almiron just comes driving in with the header. Better to have 2 buddies there than none. And really well done. They both snap their heads. Almiron gets on it. And we've got ourselves a game here as he continues to wind down the... Less of the going forward. That's where it looks like he's sitting right now. And Bert Kreitz dropped into that center back role.
Martins is asking Freeze to come get it. Confusion, and it's Latte Lot!
It's Guzan with the long ball once again, taking route 1. And Martinez is asking Freeze to come off the line. He's telling him to come and get it. He's trying to shield Latte Lot off the ball. It's even just left of the goal. You can see the communication. But Latte Lot just sneaks in around and in between the two. And Matt Freeze and Martins, are still yelling at each other. He cannot believe it. But Atlanta United doesn't care.
Check complete. First penalty awarded to Atlanta this season. It will be taken by Miguel Almiron here in the 17th minute. And he converts. Goals in back-to-back games for Miggy. He has clearly announced his rival back Salcedo United.
Dominant left foot. And it's just a straight run-up. Opens up his hips. Martin Paz guesses the right way, just out of the reach, underneath the right-hand side of that pinky.
Kept by Atlanta United. This is Lobjanidze on the right-hand side. Miranchuk. Amador driving it in, punched away by Willis. Oof. Here's Brooks Lennon, shot that's turned home, and Atlanta United have gone in front here in the 20th minute. It's Miguel Almiron.
Entries into the box, crosses from the outside, goals lacking though, and a beautiful ball played in by Pedro Amador. And what it does is it pushes them deep. Everybody on the recovery front as the ball pops back out. The rest defending lacking. Alex Boyle doesn't pick up the runner on the back post. Beautiful first touch by Brooks Lennon. It allows him to spray it back across or go direct at goal. Joe Willis, too much tracking on the left side because of the traffic in front of him. Doesn't allow to reset his shape in goal. That sets the personnel right up in front of him. And the opening goal for the Five Stripes.
Schleich. 10 minutes remaining here at Soldier Field. Oh, ball in is headed in by Rogers, an own goal. The drought of scoring on the road ends for Atlanta, bookended by another own goal here in Chicago.
A lot of problems here. Not the prettiest of goals, but this is a pretty delivery into a dangerous area, flicked on by Elliott and then on to Sam Rogers. So unlucky for him after a good defensive display from Chicago so far. And he ends up in the back of the net. Atlanta do enough. Give Miranchuk some credit.
Family all the time. He said it's hard these days with the phones. Nobody had phones before.
Almiron over the top. Here's Saba Lobjanidze across for Chiane. Atlanta are level in Texas's capital, and it's the substitute Jamal Chiane who might have rescued a very important point for Atlanta United at the bare minimum. How they pull it out of the bag.
And they're checking, as they always do, for an offside here, and Brad Stuber asked for the ball back. He wants the ball back because he thinks it's offside. It looks very tight from the angle on the ball over the top. The call on the field was goal. You see everybody on Austin raising their arm.
Lobjanidze will leave it for Miranchuk.
Dangerous ball in and headed in.
Derek Williams, the center back off the set piece. Atlanta get the start they want. 1-0, 16 minutes in.
The back line's mixed up. Set pieces, bad giveaway. What a ball in this is from Miranchuk. And a timely goal.
Miranchuk. Lobjanidze. Couple step overs and again and into the middle and in!
Fortune favors Atlanta United tonight.
Get it wide and allow Lobjanidze to take on Engel one-on-one. Just get after him, get to the byline and cause havoc. Deflections, things will happen. The question will be whether or not.
Lobjanidze, back post and across, and it's in!
They have the third! It hasn't been the big three tonight, but it has been three.
Suspect defending on set pieces. Back post and a wonderful header from Derek Williams back across the goal. Initially, Miranchuk was in a curious position. The ball gets through him, but Slić doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Ball goes across, finish your run, hold your ground. And again,
Miranchuk tried to flick it on. Robinson forward to Buka. Slić broke it up. Edwards to Klink, through, flag is down. Chare to seal it. Chare!
it has been a difficult season to comprehend. You go out and spend $50 million on attacking players in the last 2 transfer windows, and yet you've only got 4 goals in your last 8 games. An 8-game winless streak. And you come in here.
Fortune stepped in front of Pasalic. Another chance brewing perhaps for the home team.
Go on, run it in.
Lomjenice, 2 defenders, deflection, oh, shot for handball, goal anyway! Atlanta United, they were shouting for handball, they didn't need that decision. Miranchuk has leveled the game.
Asking questions, patience on the ball, they get it wide, he starts it. Now, can I run at someone? Once he gets his head up, it ricochets around all over the place and he's there to react again. They did it on Sunday against Cincinnati by getting people in the box, particularly midfield players. Now on one-on-one, I'm just going to shift it and I'm just going to put it into an area. It may bobble around, and as it does, it finds its way into the back of the net. Good response by Atlanta. It would have been handball, but he'll take that as it comes.
Miranchuk's first goal since March 29th against New York City FC, his 2nd of the year. Here's Derek Williams. Amador left-footed delivery. Chare the target. Johnson the defensive header. Long range shot off the post and out! Slić has done it! 11v10, they tied it! Back-to-back games with a goal for Slić! Slić! Sheesh! What a hit!
And what a finish we've got, by the way. He's got a lot of time to think about this, but he sets it up lovely for him, and he just gives the goalkeeper the eyes. He's actually looking to go to the goalkeeper's left, and he just whips that off the post. It could be any closer, could be more perfection. This is a wonderful angle as it pops out. Good composure. Now can I set myself? Tee me up. I'm not going to go near post. I'm going to put it off the far post. This place has erupted. There's cards everywhere. People's been sent off. One of the coaching staff's been sent off. He was arguing the 4th official. It's all right. What a finish. And you wouldn't put it off him now, Mark, to go and get it.
The header, though, only as far as the man who scored the equalizer, Slić. Now another ball sent in. Schlegel a header. Orlando with some emergency defending here. Otto Westa gives it away. Still another 4 minutes to go. Clipped in here, chested down, Lomjenice, and it's in! For the 2nd game in a row, Jamal Chare in stoppage time, but this one is a winner rather than some insurance.
What a ball played in, the little chip. And now they're facing their own goal, and he just tucks that into the back of the net.
Jamal Chare and Bartosz Slić. They did it Sunday, and they've done it Wednesday nights at the Benz.
And you ask me why I love this game. It never, ever disappoints you.
How could you not love this game?
It's emotionally draining.
Miranchuk with Atlanta looking to get on the board. Sends this to the far post. That's a live ball in the area. Did that ball cross the line? It came close. Repelled is the call by Bush and Columbus.
I'm sure we'll see a replay of it from where we were. I know it's a difficult angle, but it looked as though it had gone over the line. Lennon's going straight over. Previous 4 goals all away from home in the second half. Will he continue that with the second half one? You just see Lennon in the right place at the right time. There's no dispute in that one. Treberco tried.
And an appeal for a penalty now inside the area. We'll have to take a look.
It's Brennan who's gone down after the wild kick. Here's the first opportunity as it comes chipped up from Lennon at the back post. Then Sharp turning on it. Does he go through Brennan there? Brennan feels enough to go to...
Potentially seen 2 points wrestled away. And he is going to the monitor. Now we'll get our second look here.
You can't just go by the reaction of the player because they're always going to be looking for it. But the reaction is at the same time as the contact is made.
After review, number 38, Toronto, commits a kicking foul inside the penalty area. Foul decision, penalty.
And there it is. They'll go to the spot. Atlanta United. Latte Lot looking for his 6th goal of the season. Here he is. Got a piece. Not enough. Latte Lot ties it up at 1.
And is that the bit of fortune that Atlanta United and Emmanuel Latte Lot finally get? But Atlanta has scored in the dying moments here of stoppage time. Well struck ball in terms of the velocity, but Johnson guesses right. It's a big piece of it with the arm, but it deflects off of the arm and into the goal, the side netting on the opposite side. Latte Lot.
Here comes Phillips Incanago. Good recovery. Atlanta United by Schlich. Schlich. Individual run. Top of the box, Almiron. Almiron awaits. Miranchuk. Miranchuk! Yes! Miranchuk gives Atlanta United an equalizer. We talked about it. Schlich and his important role, not only as a disruptor in midfield, but setting the attack in transition. He does it incredibly well. He gets on the backside of the defender in that moment, recovering, finds Almiron coming into the inside space, and then Miranchuk just has a little bit of time, cuts inside, and just precision on this left-footed finish. But watch Almiron. What Almiron does is he clears space. The defender goes with him, and that gives Miranchuk the amount of time to bend that pinpoint perfectly around Chris Brady. Miranchuk tossed with the corner. Miranchuk headed away, and it's in! Will Riley with his first MLS goal! Atlanta United have equalized! And this service goes right into the top of the 6, battles down off of Gutman. Riley leaves his feet. That's what he has to do to get there first. It's a battle here. If he doesn't leave his feet, it gives Brady time to recover. But he does an incredible job of doing so. Technically perfect, getting over the ball. What a timely goal for Atlanta United.
Almiron, a couple of former Premier League stars in Almiron and Zaha matched up for a moment. Now Schlich. Mayamba! Well, that's the sort of spark that this club and this building needed.
Flick-on header just puts it in exactly the right spot. It's Almiron driving, and it looks like it's a clearance by Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy, but it's not. It falls to Schlich, and look at the run by Mayamba. Perfectly timed, perfectly redirected, and Schlich just puts it on a dime as Mayamba flicks it to the back post. Kalina can only stand there and watch, pick it out of the back of the net.
Not stupendous, to put it lightly. Almiron. Lobjanidze back for Almiron. It's Emmanuel Latte Lot. And it's Nixon. 3-2, and Atlanta do have an interest.
And look at the of traffic in here. But the quality and the ability right there. Almiron starts at a give and go. Sava Lugjanitse finds Almiron back, who's puts it on the foot of Latelot, who just keeps enough width. Tim Ream has to step to the ball. Latelot drops off, stays in an onside position, and beats Kalina, and it just trickles into the near post. Off the bounce.
Sets up for Latelot. Wide it goes, Brennan. Back for Latelot. Has he got an angle there? It's deflected. He did get an angle because he got a deflection. And Atlanta have a goal. Well, maybe it's the break they needed, because you shouldn't really score from there. But he has, and Atlanta lead by a goal to nil.
Starts with testing the young left back of Seattle. Baker Whiting is all over the place, and Almiron is able to get into that front half.
We've gone beyond the 8, but of course the goal was scored in added time, so we'll add more. Atlanta looking for an equaliser. Moranchuk tees this one up. Oh, what a strike!
Last year gets into Miami. That is a mirror image of the spectacular goal he scored out of his feet, 20 yards out. The angle is perfect for him to open up and put it on that sweet left foot. And when he starts to go through it, that ball just takes off.
Corner, near post. He got a flick onto the back post, and it is turned in on the line. Well, Moranchuk, it was scruffy, a very un-Moranchuk type of goal. He won't care, Atlanta won't care. It's a leveller in Montreal.
Worked off the corner kick, hitting that front man to try and flick it onto the far stick. And Morales, he's scrambling back in as he's wrong side on Brennan. It comes off his head as he's trying to challenge for it. Instead, he directs it towards Moranchuk. Take any goal. And right now, he's scoring them 5 goals in the last 7 games.
Lennon with the overlap. Ball will come back inside. Slish. Wide for Hernandez. Moranchuk bending it with his foot, and it's 1-1. The lead lasted all of about 90 seconds.
Just look at the quality on the ball. Constantly looking around, trying to see where the space is, realizes no pressure on him, knows he can take a lateral touch and just strike this ball through a crowded area where Zach Steffen can't see until it's too late. What a fantastic strike with the left foot. He's got that quality. We've seen it on a few of his final balls in this first half. But to go solo on that one, Zach Steffen left stranded with no chance of making a save there.
You know, juice in the legs where you're trying to do a little bit more than you maybe would, and that's what we're seeing on both sides of the line.
Alzate again. High header and a goal! Ronald Hernandez! And the Five Stripes take the lead at Jonas Park. Just the second goal in Ronald Hernandez's MLS career.
This is very good service to the back post, and Hernandez is the first to rise up and pound it home. Look at this service. It's teasing. Joe Willis has to stay on his line, and the back line is now turning, trying to find their men, the ball, the reference, and exactly understanding where they are. The only person who is not needing any second to react is Hernandez. That's the reason why he's first to it. You can see exactly what it means to him, and this is what a rivalry match looks like. I told you, nobody is looking at the table, and I can guarantee you,
it's Miguel Almiron who scores. Well, it's greeted major cheers here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
His feet to go to ground and then closes the hips at the last second for Almiron, does the right thing, picks up the...
And you wouldn't bet against them increasing the scoreline here today. Atlanta with so much work to do, not only today, but moving forward if they are to restore their reputation. But as it stands, Columbus Crew leading by 5 goals to 1. The angled ball played in. It's a fabulous start for Atlanta United. Out of absolutely nothing. Amador with the goal. And Atlanta have their second.
You need to see a response, and straight off the kickoff, it's exactly that. They play long, they play direct, they win the first one. You can see Almiron running off him and just stays patient, picks his head up, sees the overlap. Brooks Lennon's just come into the match, stands it up well. That's a great finish there on the backside there. Good patience from Atlanta, coming out strong, being the protagonist. Don't even think about the score at this point. Lennon stands it up, and then Amador picks out that far post, and you can see the reaction.
Good relegation with them before arriving on loan at Atlanta United. There's Mihai, the Albanian international. Forward now for Tiare, who's found a way in behind here. It's Tiare! Now then, with his 4th of the season.
How about this for coming out in the second half? They've changed the formation to 3 in the back. They play with 2 wingbacks, but this is just a direct ball over the top, and see Tiare does well to just take it around Schulte. Misses that first touch, but carries it forward off the quad and then in the back of the net. And in an instant, in the first 5 minutes, Atlanta United, what a response. Get 2 back, only 2 goals down now. Excellent intervention from Tristan Brown to block it.
Miranchuk. Alexei Miranchuk. Gregerson's ball in. Tiare! Oh yes! In! From 5-0 down, Atlanta scored their 4th.
It's been a tale of 2 halves, and guess what? There's still time left. Gregerson, the center back, stands it up, and Tiare exploits the space, and it's been exposed. Columbus in the center back position. The box defending has not been there, and Tiare is happy to come in between the 2, behind Shaberko and in front of Moreira to put it in the back of the net. It's 5-4.
The 17s to their feet. Almiron sends it past Dos Santos. Goalkeeper guesses right, but too much power. And Atlanta's favorite son has tied this one up. Has to make contact with the ball. He doesn't. It is a penalty kick. And because of the power, not only the accuracy, that's what gets past CJ Dos Santos. Great strike right there from Miguel Almiron.
Miranchuk, another player fresh from international duty with Russia. Angle ball played in by Bartosz Slisz. It's inviting, it's not cleared away. It's lashed towards goal brilliantly. Miguel Almiron inside the opening 3 minutes here, and Atlanta United find the lead.
Coming in, being at the bottom of the Eastern Conference and playing for pride, but sometimes the best way to do is to come out aggressive. They win the corner, they play short, but it drops to the top of the box, and Miguel Almiron just strikes down on it. It's clean technique into the turf, through a crowd. It's difficult to see from far, through some bodies, but a fantastic start on the last game of Brad Kazan. Miguel Almiron.